Welcome everyone to the 2024 Joy Johnson Memorial Triples here from Yarrawonga. We're here at the beautiful Yarrawonga Mulwala Golf Club Resort. And joining me in commentary is Mr. Stephen Day. How you going, Steve?
I'm very good, thank you. Yep, very good, thank you. I just pushed the wrong button here. So we've just got a lovely morning, a little bit of cloud and a bit of wind. They're just down to our leads have played their first bowls. And the team of Tricia O'Shea, their first bowl has trailed the jack about 2 foot. And then the other lead from Kerry Leask's rink, Sue Tyson, has drawn a lovely second shot. And now, as we can see on the mat, we have Pam Hunter from Tricia's rink, and she's coming down nicely, and it looks like we might have another counter in the head. So, yep, it's where we're standing at the moment. We just have Sue Middleton's bowl coming in, just cutting down the 2 shots held by Tricia's team. So that was her very first bowl, and a lovely first bowl it was too.
Might hear us not talking a bit. There's a bit of wind blowing around about here. It's playing a bit of havoc with our equipment at the moment. But everyone seems to be in great spirits today. They're all keen to have a bowl out there. They all had the last night, the little kick-off where everyone drew their cards. It was quite entertaining, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a wonderful night, very, very entertaining. Had some music playing and some games to find their rink numbers and all that sort of thing. So, yes, the organisers do a fantastic job here. So we have Kerry Leask on the mat at the moment, just playing on the on her backhand. Kerry's putting her first bowl down and is just trying to sit the wing bowl out to clip that in for another, and it looks like she probably has. So she's played a very great shot there. She's just made shot actually. So we have Tricia's second bowl just hitting a couple of short bowls, and we've just had a bowl knocked up, which is one of Kerry Leask's bowls. So it's actually a measure for shot now by the looks of things. So we'll see what she does with this bowl. The end is just finished, and they've just called out one to Trisha's rink, and they're looking for second shot here. And we have one shot to Trisha's rink. So that's our first end done and dusted, and off to the second. So we have Barbara Fulton on the mat. And Barbara currently playing at Frankston Bowls Club. Previously, she's played at Cranbourne. She's been bowling for about 15 years, and she's bowling Taylor Red Lines. So she's just got a very nice bowl, possibly about a metre short, but her line is impeccable. And we have Sue Tyson's bowl's just gone down with a lovely bowl to start off the end. Possibly a foot in front of the jack, but a very, very nice bowl all indeed. So now with Barbara, just a slight correction on the last, just with a foot of weight, and she'll be very close. It doesn't look too far away at all. In fact, we might even have a little piece of jack movement here, but no. Once again, Sue Tyson has just put in two fantastic bowls, holding two on the head. Some very good bowls just put down. So it looks like we've got Pammy Hunter playing in the middle. Pam's looked like she's bowling coming down forehand, just looking at sitting. One of the two shots just needs to clear the red. Her weight is impeccable for a shot. So just see if she can fix up a line. We'll see what happens. I think we'll see Trish O'Shea playing on the backhand here, just with a little bit of arriving positive weight, trying to just sit through the two short bowls of Kerry Leask's rink. It looks like her line is impeccable, but maybe just a metre short of her target. So we have, as told by Sue Middleton in the middle, Kerry Leask's rink is holding the one shot, and just with a little sit on the blue bowl there, if she can get that little edge, which she just nearly did, and it falls in, it might not, just not count. So it looks like we have one all after 2 ends. So as we can see, Sue Tyson has rolled a considerably shorter jack, and she's plonked a first right jack high, very nice, just to the side of the jack, and with no worries at all, Barbara Fulton has put hers right next to it as well. Looks like the likely we should be seeing Sue Middleton on the backhand here, just arriving to the jack, maybe a little movement of the jack 2 or 3 inches, bring in her extra bowl as well. Yes, and she's done a fantastic job there. Possibly she's got the holding the one, a little touch on the jack, making that target just that little bit smaller for Trisha's rink, for Pam. to have Kerry Leask's bowl just rolling past the jack, just a little bit on the high side. Maybe expecting a bit more bend on that, but not to be. But the weight was magnificent. Just to like a little trail on the jack high bowl. You have a bit more of a positive bowl here from Kerry. She's got to be quite careful, but she's just clipped out the second shot maybe, so she might have brought another one in from the bowl behind the jack. So we have Tricia, looks like bowling on the forehand, just sitting the jack high bowl, and just in two minds going down to the head just to make sure of a shot to get exact scenarios and see which way things pan out for her. So that last end was a 1-2 Kerry's rink, and once again they have rolled a relatively shorter jack again, so very similar to the last length of the end. Now it looks like we've got a lovely bowl as a first up bowl, jack high, just if not one bowl in front, so a lovely position for a first bowl. So now Barbara on the mat and just chasing that bowl down and just looking at maybe sitting on the edge of that or just beating on the inside. We've got a beautiful line bowl and it's just down to the weight now, and it looks like she might have done it. She's put an absolute cracker in, possibly a bowl in front of Jack. As we've just seen Kerry's Sue just to switch hands here, and she's just made an absolutely fantastic switch, holding one just behind the jack, and it looks like also Barbara has been told to follow her down on the backhand, and this looks very interesting as well. So we'll just see how this finishes up, because I think we might even have a trail of the jack coming on. No, it's just missed. as we're following Pam Hunter's bowl down, and it looks like we've got a very good bowl, and she's just got a piece of the jack. But very unlucky not to swallow that jack and take it back to Barbara's second bowl there, but it's still quite gettable, and Sue Middleton now her weight is perfect from her first bowl, so if she can replicate similar sort of weight, and just no movement of the jack would be lovely for Sue, but she's just clipped one of her other bowls and possibly two down now. Two up, sorry. Wrong. So as Kerry Lusk goes to the mat, I think she might be looking at a forehand bowl just to match the blue and the red behind from Pam and Barbara. And as we say that, she's played a totally different shot on the other hand, and looks like she's just trying to add another one that way. So now it looks like we've got Kerry coming in on a forehand, just looking at arriving to those Bria bowls, or if not, just splitting them a little bit. So that's not too bad a position for her there. It gives her the backest bowl on that side of the rink. And we have a fantastic bowl just arriving, just a straight draw for a resting toucher, just to take the shot. Absolutely fantastic bowl from the skip, Trish. So we just see Barbara's bowl just skipping past the jack by a metre or so, but her line is absolutely impeccable. So we'll see now, we've got a longer length, so we'll see what Sue can do. It looks like Sue's coming on her backhand, and Sue, she is rolling. Sue is rolling Dreamline XGs, I do believe. So she's just skipping past as well, so a very similar weighted bowl. That's the first one of Barbara's. So Barbara's just looking at a slight weight correction here, just see if she can pull back that little bit of weight from her first bowl and keeping the same line. And she is looking very, very good at this stage. I have to say a slight correction on myself here on my behalf for Barbara. Yeah, she's bowling red lines, Taylor red lines. So Sue Biddleton's second bowl is just going down the green now, and it looks like she's just got a slight slide off the front bowl, and has promoted to push the jack back about a foot, which makes her hold 2 now, and might have actually brought in the blue as well from Sue Tyson, so it could be holding 3 here. So Tricia O'Shea, is just coming down on her backhand there, looking at sitting the wing bowl, which is the shot bowl, and she's just done an absolute lovely draw. It's just dying in the last couple of feet or so. And we have most ends across the boards here are in about the 4th end, and we're already getting quite a good spectator crowd standing up on the banks watching. So it's a lovely day for bowls here in Yarrawonga. Not too much sun and not too much breeze and not too much clouds. And we just see Kerry just draw the absolute shot. So Kerry Lusk's second bowl going down, and just a little promotion on the front, but she just skipped under that, and it looks like they might be holding a few in the head here, so in the count. So with the way the game is going so far, it's only 2-all going into the fourth end there, playing the fifth, and it looks like they've already called out 4 shots and then looking for the next. So we've just seen Sue Tyson put down a second bowl. Her first bowl was possibly 1.5 yards through, and her second is just right jack high, just to the side of the jack. So Barbara Fulton, just if she can find an extra foot on the last, she's got some very good line on this bowl, but we might have a little bit too fast. So if Sue Middleton can just clear that front red bowl, just the weight was magnificent. So she just got a slight piece of that bowl, but that's dropped in for the absolute shot. Just had a slight little line correction on Sue Middleton's first bowl, and she's just got around her own with the extra grass that she took. The weight was exactly the same, and she just plonked it right on the nose of the jack.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bowl, that one. You can see they're starting to get the feel of the green now and honing in on that jack.
Yes, they are, and it looks like Pam's got a very fair reply coming in right now too. If she doesn't take shot, she's got an absolutely fantastic second shot. Any jack movement off that the wing bowl of Sue Middleton's, and that jack little movement there will give the ascendancy back to Pamela.
Lovely bowl there from Kerry. Just coming in for another shot.
Yes, absolutely magnificent bowl from Kerry, because the positioning as well, it's not only a cover, also a count as well.
Correct.
And we've got a...
Tricia just needs to duck down a little bit.
That was a fantastic bowl from Trish, just a little bit on the wide side. The weight was magnificent. Now we'll just see Kerry can just play something very similar to a first, or even sitting the blue bowl out. So it looks like she's tried the shot, but not to be. So Trish doesn't have to do much to change from her first bowl. It's just maybe a little bowl skinnier, and it looks like we've got another great bowl coming in here. Absolutely great bowl. It's just hit the second shot, and we'll just have to see what the third say on this. Now that was a 2 to Kerry's rink. Trisha's bowl was magnificent, but just not lucky enough just to even cut this count down by one. She had a great bowl, but just didn't move that bowl far enough. So we see Barbara here with a slight stretch of the jack from the last end, and she just rolled the jack and she just put a bowl down just to about probably a mat in front of the jack, but very good from very, very good from Sue. Now Barbara's just going to chase it, stay on the same hand again on her forehand. So we've just got Sue here, just looking to add that extra mat and a half of weight on a very similar line to her last, and she's definitely put the weight on, so we'll just see how her line is. It's a very good bowl all the same. Very, very handy bowl indeed. And we've had just an absolute amazing correction from Barbara. She's just drawn the shot cold, and it looks like Looking at the screen, she's possibly only a bowl or two behind the jack, so Sue Middleton will be looking at just arriving onto Barbara's bowl, and if not, moving the jack or just sitting her out. So it's, we're very, very close. If not, she's got a very good second bowl. We've got Pam's bowl just coming down now, just a tiny bit narrow to sit Sue Middleton's bowl through to add another one, but she's left her bowl in a very, very handy position. Now Pam will be looking at a very, very similar weighted bowl to her last. Just a slight line correction for Pam, and she's got a very handy little bowl coming down now, but not to be with her line. Kerry will just be looking at arriving on the shop bowl here. She's just drawn right around, and she's just put in an absolute great bowl for a lovely another second shot. So Kerry's team should be holding 2 seconds, and Trish here, we're just looking at arriving and just sitting in the pack there. And we've got an absolutely very handy bowl coming down now. We see Tricia's got a much, much better bowl here. It's just taken that foot of weight off. So it should be swinging, the pendulum swinging back to Tricia's way, and they should just be holding a 1 here, I do believe. So after 7 ends, we have Kerry Lusk's rank 8, and Trisha's holding three shots at the moment. So 8-3 after 7 ends, so just over the halfway mark. So we've still got quite a game on our hands. Now Barbara will be looking at adding that extra metre onto her first bowl, and it looks like she's done that, and still a little bit short, but possibly the shot now, and as indicated by Tricia, she's just holding shot. So, and with Sue Tyson's first bowl, the blue just behind, if she can just pull back a foot of weight in a similar line to her first, and she should be all over the little white jack. So with Sue Middleton on the mat here, she'll be looking at her bowl, just drawing the shot cold, or if not, just sitting inside the red bulb, and she's just done that. She's just sat inside the red bowl with a jack high bowl to wrestle the lead back again. And just a very, very unlucky fall of the bowl there for Pam Hunter. It's just a beautiful bowl. If it had stayed up, but it just fell out of shot. So we've got Sue once again. She's usually extremely good with her memory and her line, and she's just dropped that one about a foot short. So Tricia O'Shea's bowl just looks like it's pulling up a little bit short. I would say she was just trying to play onto her own bowl or punching Sue Middleton's bowl through. So Tricia will be looking just on the same hand again, just with another yard or two of weight. And looks like she's got a much better bowl in the area here. So she's been drawing very well, very well with her last bowl to take shot. She's just cut another second shot she's just put in onwards by the looks. And we just see an absolutely lovely opening bowl from Sue, who's just a bowl behind Jack. So Barbara will be looking at just reaching to the blue bowl, and she's definitely got the weight to do that. So if she just get the bend, she's possibly just 2 foot over, but an absolutely lovely bowl all the same. And Barbara will be just looking at a very similar weighted bowl here, just maybe a frag small narrower, and she will be all over the Jack. It's an absolutely lovely correction here from Sue Tyson. As we follow Sue Middleton's first bowl down, just ducking under the head just ever so slightly. Her weight wasn't too bad. So Pamela is definitely looking to reach to the shot bowl, which is very much Jack high. So So Middleton has definitely got the extra weight on this bowl for her second bowl, and it's just corrected lovely. Just a drawing behind the jack for another count. Pamela will be looking at a very similar line, just taking off a yard or two of weight, just to arrive on the two light blue bowls. And we've got a very good, once again, we've got a very, very handy try. Just needs to get down and bend that little bit, but just shooting through, just past.
That sun's trying to poke through the clouds now. We're hoping it gets out. That breeze is very brisk at the moment, as you can probably see with everyone rugged up.
Yes, it's quite strange for Yarrawonga, actually, Yarrawonga Marwala, because usually we have just, as far as I believe, we have more sunshine than the Gold Coast. So, but not today, maybe.
I must have brought up that cloud from Melbourne. Beautifully weighted shot, just cutting under.
Yes, a very, very beautiful. As Cullum has just mentioned, it was a lovely that bowl by Kerry, just ducking under the head ever so slightly.
Tricia coming down with some purpose here. Just hanging a little bit.
That's very much the intention she has to play. She's just got to play, make sure she reaches into the head and just make your own luck in this game, as we know sometimes.
100%. Well, they say it all starts when you're up.
That's usually the way, yes. Yes, usually the way.
Another good bowl there from Kerry. Tricia just deciding if she does something similar. Looks like she's changed hands though. Similar weight to the last one, just changed her hand.
Yes, she has, and she's holding very nicely, so she's just got to get underneath that first bowl, if not hit and run through. Unfortunately, she just crushed the short bowl of Sue Middleton on the way in, but I think there might not be a change in that, so this might be a multiple count. Looks like they're pulling out 3 at the moment. And 1 more, 4 it is. So that should make quite a buffer for Kerry's rink there. That should make the scores. Was it 13?
13-3.
13-3, so a buffer of 10 after 9 ends. After 9 ends, correct.
Beautiful line for the start, just a little bit through. Going for cover early.
Well, what do the old saying, 1 on, 1 behind, or you can even do the 1 behind and 1 on.
Correct. Nice bowl here coming in from Barbara.
Yes, Barbara's doing it.
Beautiful weight.
Yes, putting the first bowl very well down. Lovely weight, a jack high bowl.
I think you got it right there, Steve. One behind, then one on.
Yes, well, it doesn't say in the
Doesn't
book.
say which order.
Exactly, it doesn't. So either way, that's all fine. And once again, Barbara's put down a very, very handy second bowl, just sneaking inside herself, just to sit directly behind the jack, about a bowl behind. So absolutely lovely bowl there from Barbara.
Lovely leads bowls.
That's a fantastic lot of lead bowling there. She can put her tea towel over her first two bowls.
What a ripper bowl there from Sue.
Yes, Sue is very adept at playing those shots. I actually play pennant with Sue Middleton, and she plays those shots more often than not. So she is very, very handy at playing those shots. So she just weighted that perfectly.
Just ducking under, I think, this one, unfortunately. The weight looked in the area.
Yeah, definitely. I think the weight was in the area, but I feel she could have been a foot more weight sort of thing. So, yes, you got to be up. Once you're up, you can make your luck as well. So
Correct. They've got a good playlist here today. Good variety on there.
Yes, very much so. I'm quite enjoying their music. Whoever's the person in charge of the music has got some very good tunes happening.
100%. It's great when you get a tournament, even pennant, when the music's going. It just adds a bit of life to it. We've had a few golfers walking past and taking a bit of interest. It's fantastic. And that sun's starting to come out. It's fantastic.
It's always much better to be playing bowls when that big yellow thing in the sky is up in the air. But, yes.
While they change ends, bit of a shout out to our sponsors of the Joy Johnson today. So we've got Yarrawonga Mawela Golf Club Resort hosting the event today, which is fantastic. And we've got Lakeel Builders there. So make sure you check them out. We'll put a bit more detail up there later on.
Kerry just needs to be a little bit cautious here. She doesn't make that target any bigger, and she's just ducked under the head, which she didn't do. So that was a very handy bowl, because it could come into play.
Yeah, it helped out with changing Trisha's hand away from that trail. Although she's played it pretty well on the backhand. Absolute ripper of a bowl.
And Tricia has just put, once again, an absolute fantastic bowl. Just a little piece of the jack, moving it across to their own bowl to be holding one, and maybe a measure for second.
Kerry just needs to get down a little bit. Awesome effort there.
Yeah, absolutely cracker of a try.
Even the wildlife's getting involved at the moment. A few cockies going across.
Yes, being a local, there's no shortage of those things up here at the moment. They're very much enjoying all the new growth in the paddocks, very much so.
even saw some of the wildlife last night as I was driving back to where I was staying. Nice little kangaroo popped out. Luckily, he didn't want to mess with the car, so that was good. Jumped away. Got to be careful up here.
Yes, there is actually a lot of kangaroos at the Yarrawonga Golf and Bowls Club. I actually play a bit of golf here as well, and definitely there is a very huge amount of kangaroos on the course.
Yeah, around the corner I saw a nice plethora of them. Just in the field. It was fantastic. Beautiful course here, though. I haven't played it myself, but I hear good reports.
Yes, no, it's a lovely golf course.
Beautiful bowl there.
I'd like to correct Callum, though. The collective noun for a bunch of kangaroos is actually a mob, not a plethora.
That's good.
So.
I knew I got it wrong. Very good start there from Barbara.
Yes, it certainly was. Now, Barbara, we're looking at replicating a first bowl or something very similar anyway. Very hard to improve on that, so just something similar would be absolutely magnificent.
Fairly well down again. Just going to sit behind. It's that one-on-one behind again.
That's correct, and that's exactly how the end played out on the last end. It was that that little behind bowl ended up being the one that mattered.
Good correction from Sue. I think she's got a bit caught up in the wind there. Looked like it was holding it.
This was an absolutely lovely correction. The weight was absolutely dynamite. Just seemed to hold out just that little bit. So the wind is picking up quite a bit, blowing down, basically straight down into the bowlers' faces at the moment. And it's gusting quite a bit, so we might just see. They've just got to maybe add that little bit extra. We might be running it a little bit too paced at the moment. As we're just following Sue Middleton's bowl down, if she can just get that bowl to turn now, her weight has been very, very good today. So as it stands at the head at the moment, Tricia O'Shea's rink is holding the one, but it's quite precarious where the bowl is hitting, so she'll be looking to add another one, just another counter, a second shot. Otherwise, Otherwise, Kerry Leask's rink has got 3 seconds maybe. So we've got an absolutely great bowl here. She's possibly drawn another shot, and by the middle's suggestion, she's just added another shot. And absolutely fantastic try by Kerry Leask there. Possibly taken Trisha's first bowl out of the count. And once again we see Trisha absolutely on fire with her last bowl. She has just hidden the jack out of sight, which is making Kerry come down and have an honest look to see her options. So after Kerry's walked down to the head to see exactly her scenarios, she's just sending her bowl down now, and it just looks like to be ducking under. So we might have a count of 2 or 3 here. It looks like a 3 to Trisha's rink, so a very good fight back here, and bringing the game very closer. So as we're following Barbara Fulton's first bowl down, she's been bowling absolutely fantastic, rolling back towards the clubhouse here. She just seemed to have pulled up just that little bit short with this one though, but I'm no doubt she will correct with her second.
Apologies all, we'll try and get that live stream back up again. Just give us a couple of secs.
Okay, so we seem to be having some technical issues with the cameras here. So I'll just fill you in. So Barbara Fulton has just put down her second bowl. Her first bowl was a metre short, but on the line, and she's just corrected by that 1.5 foot, so I think just to be behind for one shot for Barbara. And not to be outdone, Sue Tyson has just popped one right inside there. So now they're down to the last bowl. As we're following live Pamela Hunter's first bowl down, she just needs to get down. She's just trying to draw on the forehand, and she's just skipping past the shot bowl by about 1 foot. So a lovely first bowl, but just that little bit maybe wind assisted behind her. So sticking to the same side, we have Sue Middleton, who's just drawing a shot, and she has just drawn the absolute, possibly a bowl behind the jack. So Kerry's rank will be holding a multiple of 2 and a string for 3 maybe. So Pam Hunter here can just put something very similar to her first bowl down, maybe dropping that yard of weight, and she won't be too far away. Well, the bowl is on its way now, and she's definitely dropped the weight, but she might have just a slight overcorrection. So welcome back. Our technical issues of our feed dropping out has come back online again. So Sue Middleton is just looking to play basically the same bowl as her last. Actually, she's played a better bowl than her first, so an absolutely fantastic bowl by Sue Middleton there, and all smiles by Kerry on the crossover. So we have Trisha on the mat, who's been absolutely playing magnificently with some of her draw bowls, and she'll have to pull in all a bag of tricks just to play something similar again. Kerry will need to be just a little bit careful here. She doesn't want to open up any targets for Trisha, because she's just got the movement of the jack here, so she's definitely possibly made the shot maybe a little bit simpler here for Trisha. Unfortunately for Trish, she was just a little bit shy on that bowl, so we'll just see what Kerry has planned here, what Sue is calling for Kerry, because they could do without any more jack movement there, so just maybe covering the blue bowls and drawing on the forehand. And just to script exactly as I called, so she's got maybe a count here, and the counting pulling out 2, maybe a count of 3 or 4. Well, that slight movement of jack movement of Kerry's brought in quite a few more shots. So we ended up with a handful of shots there. So 5 shots, which is a very, very good score in 2 bowl triples. So with 2 ends to play here, we have Kerry Lusk's rink on 18 and Trisha's rink on 7. As we just see Barbara Fulton's second bowl, just a little toucher on the jack, but unfortunately for her, she's pushed it straight into sitting on Sue Tyson's bowl. And you see Pamela's bowl coming down, just a searching little bowl, but just pulling it a little bit too short. Sue Middleton, we're just looking at beating the wing bowl of Barbara Fulton's here, just to add another one. We have a lovely bowl here by Kerry Leask. They're just drawing it for another second shot. And Trish will be pulling out all her years of experience on this bowl here, and she definitely didn't want to be short. She gave it every chance that she could. Now, Kerry might just have to be a little bit careful here. She doesn't want to make a target. An absolutely lovely bowl there from Kerry. She's just added another one with her own, but maybe her bowl just flopped over to make a little bit of a target for Trish. Well, she's definitely in the area here, Trish. She's got an absolutely cracker bowl here. Just to die at the very, very last second. And welcome back to the feed on the green again, and up for another end. As my partner here, Cullen, was just mentioning before about the wonderful playlist, I don't think I could ever have a playlist without, has to be a very good playlist, because we've even got the Bay City Rollers playing at the moment. So quite a lot of you people might remember those, especially a lot of the girls, but maybe not so much the boys.
Barbara just running into Sue's bowl there. Sue coming down with her second bowl on her forehand. Just needs to get underneath Barbara's bowl. Unfortunately, she's going to return the favour and knock hers up. Trisha getting Barb to switch hands, get away from the bowls in front. Coming in, her weight actually looks really, really good. Line's pretty good too. Absolute beautiful changeover there from Barbara. Resting toucher. Good decisions there to switch over and just go the open hand. Yep. Sue Middleton up. Playing the same side as Barbara. Fairly similar line. I think she might just run out a little bit of steam there. But beautiful line altogether. Pamela coming down on the backhand as well. Just not enough weight on that one. Should be able to correct with her second though. See how Sue goes with the correction on her next. Looks like it's definitely got more weight. Going to make some contact here with Barbara's bowl and open it up. I think Barbara's still got shot there from what we can tell. Unfortunately, the camera is not going to go any further lower. Oh, yes, it is. There we go. Just see the jack there with the bowls. And Trish is getting Pamela to come on her forehand, get around those front bowls, which should give plenty of room. Coming down, looks like she's got enough weight to get there, just needs to clear those bowls. And she has played an absolute beautiful bowl. Unfortunately, Tricia was there in the way, but that's her bowl just about 1.5 foot in front of the jack.
Yes.
So it looks like they got 2 at the moment, which is fantastic.
Yes, it was an absolutely lovely bowl there by Pam. Just skirted the short bowls, just enough to sit in front of the jack there.
Now we've got full sun now here, Stephen. Beautiful. Can get a tan on my legs. I think I'm scaring everyone with the whiteness on my legs at the moment.
Yes.
Can tell I'm from Melbourne and work in an office.
And the absolute opposite for myself. Yes, very dark-skinned.
Kerry looks to be trying to just pick that hole and potentially promote Sue's bowl.
She's played it with absolutely fantastic weight. She might just dropping into the ditch, which is fine because the jack is possibly only sitting a foot from the edge of the ditch. So she gave it every chance. Tricia's on a very good line here. She just needs to skirt those front bowls, which it looks like she has, and she's going to trail the jack with her.
That is a beautiful
and
bowl.
Absolutely lovely bowl.
Resting right next to it.
Yes, resting right next to the jack, if not just a tiny bit behind, which is very good. So it looks like Kerry will be definitely looking at not leaving this bowl on the green.
That one looks just a bit narrow, just diving under. And Tricia's got the opportunity here to draw another and make a 4. I thought she might have just done what she just did on the first bowl, just gone around those bowls, but she has changed hands. I think she might have just put a bit too much extra line on there, sent it out wider.
That's okay though, 'cause she'd done the damage with her first, and she brought in a couple, so that was a very good end. 3 by the looks of things being called out.
Heading into the last end here. And it is hard to make up 10 shots with only 6 bowls, but it does go to the overall scoreboard, so there's a lot to play for here.
Exactly. You might not win every game, but you need to be in the area as well. Give yourself a chance, and also just when, if you can if you happen to lose a game, only lose by a couple sort of thing. So that's always handy.
Correct. It's the joy of a 2-day tournament where you get 6 games. A lot can happen. It's a very tough ask to win all 6, but puts you in the hunt all the way through the tournament.
That's some very wise words there. Exactly correct. Yes. And as we see, Barbara's just put her first bowl down to a lovely, about a mat behind the jack, which is very, very handy for a first bowl, which will give her just ample room just to correct a little bit. And Sue will be looking at replicating something very similar. So Barbara doesn't have to do too much here to correct. Even the same bowl as the last would be just fine.
Yeah, she's fairly similar again here. Just a bit further through, but we've seen the jack move a few times, so very handy bowls there.
Yeah, it's not very often that the jack usually goes forward. So usually a back bowl is a much better reward usually for you than a short bowl any day. And the old saying goes, 100% of short bowls can never be a toucher.
Very, very true.
And just as we're looking, we've got an absolutely great correction here from Sue, who's just possibly just stole the shot there by about 3 bowls in front.
Pamela coming through. Not sure if she's got the weight for this one, but only a little bit short.
Yes, her line was fantastic for the shot, but yes, she just pulled up that metre short. But we are bowling into a gusty northerly wind at the moment, so it's coming basically down the bowlers' faces. So maybe it just depends on a bit of luck with you get the gust of wind or not. So yeah, so a similar thing has just happened as well with Sue's bowl. So it might be the wind. But as bowlers, we like to blame other things rather than ourselves, so...
It's never our fault.
Basically not, no.
It's either the green, the wind, or something else.
There's lots of variables in this game, so yes, exactly. And upon saying that, Pam has just put a much better weighted bowl in, but she just crushed into her own, which has promoted her own. So they are holding a couple of seconds here now, or at least 1 second. So just as we see Sue Middleton with a lovely weighted bowl, but just a little bit on the narrow side.
I must have jinxed it. I spoke about the sun being out and then it goes away again.
Yes, I actually do believe you mentioned before you might have brought up the Melbourne weather with you.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yeah, for next time, please leave that at the back door.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I won't put it in the back of the car.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just underneath. Just need to be a little bit wider to go around and skirt those bowls. But there's a nice little shot on here if she feels so inclined on the forehand. Just a little bit more weight for her next one as Kerry comes through to try and block that hole. And
Well, I think she might have actually done better than blocking the hole. Yeah, she definitely has. Yeah, she put in a fantastic finish on that bowl. And here Here comes Tricia with a bit more weight through the bowl, and she's done it. She's absolutely bowled fantastic. She's played nearly the perfect skip game today. She's put in some absolutely terrific conversion bowls. And not to be outdone, Kerry looks like she's trying to emulate what she's done. And she has done as well. So there was an absolutely fantastic game of bowls. The scoreboard there doesn't indicate the quality of the game. So 11 shots in it overall, but it doesn't indicate, but that never is usually a true indication of a game too sometimes.
Correct. No, they all played very well at the right times and put on a good display. Now they'll go in for some lunch. I believe it's lunchtime, and we'll be back out here for the second game later on. But thank you for everyone for joining. We'll have our next game up. We'll post that up on the Facebook page and on YouTube, so everyone can come through and watch if they wish.